So what was it like to run the Sydney Marathon?
Yeah, what was the atmosphere like at the start line?
Sydney put on a show. The whole street was lined with these flamethrowers and that John Farnham singing
cool.
You're the Void. You could just really feel the energy in us.
Yeah.
Like big TV screen, like showing the start line.
So in this episode, we've got Michael Murray and Nui Neidhart with us. It's great to have you both here.
Great. Michael, let's start with you. What got you into running, and were you always a runner?
I wouldn't say I was always a runner. I did run in high school as part of cross country, but I never got a place. And for athletics, I'd target the easier races that not many people would go to so that I could try and get into the district team so I get a day off school. But yeah, I was never a high performer in running.
When you say easy race, what are you talking about?
Oh, so like the 1500, because most people were interested in the 100 metre and the 200 metre sprint. That was more interest. I think 1500 metres just seemed boring. So
Yeah, and a long way.
Yeah.
A long way.
Yeah. And so you said you ran the 1500. You got into districts?
Yeah, I think once or twice, and then just got hammered when I got there, but lapped by everybody else. But got the day off school.
Which is hard to believe with Michael's.
I know. Yeah, Michael, just to give you a little bit of a briefing, Michael is a fast runner.
Yeah.
Nui has a fun approach to her running.
runner.
So we have two very different stories to hear tonight.
Yeah. So Michael, after you, I suppose, left school, did you still continue to run?
No, mainly played soccer and mixed netball with my wife. And then my wife and I, our first sort of actual run event was 10 years after school, so 2015-ish, and I did a 10K it was part of the Gold Coast Marathon, but just did the 10K. And I got 50 minutes and I felt top of the world. Like I thought I was the fastest runner in the universe and maybe like 3 people might have beaten me. But yeah, no, it was good fun to be a part of.
I mean, 50 minutes is still
It's a great time for not training. Yeah.
Did you do any training or anything?
Not for that one. And yeah, I didn't do any more training after it. I don't know why, but New Year's, a couple of years after that, I just had a resolution. I said, I'm going to do a marathon. I hadn't run any further than that 10Ks ever before and just thought, I could do that. So
that's a big jump.
Yeah, it's a bit stupid looking back.
Yeah. I want to go back, though, to that Gold Coast 10K.
Yeah.
So when you finished it at 50, you thought you were like, one of the best. Did you not notice all the people in front of you who finished before you?
I don't know. I just thought that I was so great.
Oh, you were.
And obviously people were ahead of me, but yeah, it's just something to be proud of. Yeah. And that possibly is where sort of my love affair for running started. I really love how objective it is and how you can measure it. Mm-hmm. I think a lot of things in life you don't know who's faster, slower or what have you, but with running it's just black and white and you can sit back and you can admire people that are faster than you and it just blows your mind. You're like, no matter, unless you are Kipchoge or Son, you will you'll look at others and go, that I can't run that fast for 50 metres. How do you do that for 42 Ks?
Yeah. There's a lot of awe-inspiring people in there.
Yeah.
So it sounds like then that goals hugely motivating to you, time goals.
Yeah. I think I didn't set any goal times for that 10K or immediately afterwards, but I do now, and I quite enjoy being able to see the progress and what you put in, get out, sort of.
Yeah. That's good.
How did you feel after that 10K? I know there was a lot of excitement and jubilation, but
I couldn't tell you. It's too long ago. No idea.
So there was no sort of nutritional plan at that point in time. It was just get to the start line and just run.
Got there on time. That was pretty
good. It's a good start.
Yeah, there was nothing much to it. No planning, nothing.
Okay. So then you were saying, so you went from that sometime later you thought, I'll just go for a marathon.
Yeah.
That's going to be my goal.
Yeah. So New Year's resolution, said I'll do it. Did the Gold Coast Marathon.
What year is this we're talking?
When is that? I wrote it down. 2015.
Okay.
So it's a pretty classic story. I did actually train for that first marathon, but looking back, it had no structure. I didn't know anything about nutrition. I think I'd heard someone say carb loading, and I probably had like a pasta the night before.
Yeah.
I don't think I had any gels or any nutrition during, and I think I just took water but yeah, super classic story. Did the first half faster than I'd ever run any training. So I think the first half I did in an hour 40 or an hour 45, and then finished with 3 hours 50. So I got to about 33 Ks and I just could not stop cramping.
Yeah.
And I still have this memory of being stuck on this corner at about, I don't know, the 40th kilometre mark, and this old bloke was just sitting on his camp chair and he was just laughing at me because I was like cramping in my quads and my hammies and my calves, and I couldn't move. I was like a lame horse just trying to like get moving. And this guy's just sitting there laughing going, glad I'm not you. But yeah, the last few kilometres I think I was doing more than 10-minute Ks just to get there.
Yeah. So you say you trained for it, but it was more like you went out running. You were running beforehand, but like you said, it wasn't a proper training.
No, I had zero planning. It was just, I should go for a run. And I don't know, I might have done probably a longest run of 30 kilometres or something, which is
great.
Pretty good, but I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
Nui, what about you with your running experience? When did you start running?
I did some running when I was in high school too, and a bit younger. I always loved running. And in Thailand, I was pretty good at one point. If you see me today, like you'll be like, I don't believe you. But in high school, there was not many girls in high school. I went to boys' high school, but I was a girl. Okay.
That's right.
But it's just in high school, there was like they start accepting girls. Yeah. So it was only like maybe 40 girls in the whole high school against like maybe 800 boys in the school. So not many girls. All of them are like private school girls from Bangkok, and I'm like from a countryside where I ran on the rice field all the time. So I was like a really good, like the best runner in school, I would say, but against 40 people that don't really run. So every year when we have a school sports day, I used to win like all of them.
Age champion.
But now talking about this and then like look at me running now. I don't run fast.
What distances were you running at school?
All of them. I would do all of them. And I got gold medal all of them. on the
that's so cool.
But like I said, there's not many girls.
Also, you just ran in
and relay and stuff, yeah. But 100, 200, I think 1,000 as well.
The what? Sorry,
1,000.
Okay.
Which is one. Yeah. Which back then it was long.
Yeah, for sure.
So I did love running, but after high school, I just don't do anything at all. Just partying. Life happens. Until I met my husband, my now husband. When we first started dating,
So this is in Australia now?
In Australia, yes.
Okay, so when did you come over to Australia?
I came to Australia in 2009.
Yep.
So I graduated. I did bachelor degree, finished my bachelor, and then I thought I want to study in English. So I came here and do masters. Yep. And then a few years later, I met my husband. And at that time, he was doing Spartan race. He was like really fit. And he got me into running. He was like trying to drag me for a run. And he just said to me before I came here that like, I got you into running.
He takes the credit.
In the beginning, you couldn't even run 20 meters. But then and on my birthday, he got me into a Spartan boot camp. He got me as a present. So, I don't know what he was trying to tell me. So, and the trainer then, it was his friend. It was the best like boot camp ever. So I got into boot camp and Spartan race and got into Spartan race as well. And Spartan race, it involves a lot of running. So I start, doing running training with like sandbags and just run along like Ash Grove, like up the hill or down hills around that area. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Back then. So I did a few Spartan race, and then we started to enter into like other things, like Twilight Running Festival. That was my first running festival. Yes. 10K. That's what I did at UQ.
Yeah.
That was a great experience, my first one. And then I think we started to do like Bridge to Brisbane, and I also did City to South.
Yes, yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
That was only a few years. Yeah, it was only a few years in Brisbane, so it was a copy of obviously City to South.
But it was amazing.
It was great. It was 14K.
The track was amazing, and at that time I was working for the bank that sponsors the festival. And then I was running, like one of the year, I ran in a helicopter suit.
Oh.
You would know which bank now, but for 14K.
Wow.
It was like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So how did you come to us? How did you find us? How did you find Runners Jam?
I actually, I remember this is the first memory of me with you guys, is that I was on Parfree Road, maybe.
Yep.
And it wasn't a normal day. It was like a Saturday or Sunday or something. I don't know why you guys are hanging out there next to the kindy. You know, next to the
But it was
kindy.
probably banana.
Yeah, it could have been the banana.
the
real
banana, you're right.
Maybe like 2 years ago, maybe 2 years
Yeah.
ago. And I had young kid. I just had my firstborn, and I'm like, I would love to get into a running group again. I used to join PCRG, Pat Carroll. It was amazing, but now I live a bit far from there. And then I saw you guys, and all of like some of you are like looking at me and my kids, and like kind of look how cute my kid is. And then
Millie
I'm like,
is very cute.
Runners Jam. And then I checked, and then I went to check out the Facebook.
Yeah.
Like checking out Runners Jam on Facebook. And then I did add, I did like, what do you call, like just add you as a friend or something, add Runners Jam.
When you apply for
or something, apply to be in the group, join the group.
Yeah.
I think I got kicked out not long after that because I never turned up.
No, we don't kick anyone out for a year. You've got a year on the bench.
But I wasn't coming for a year.
Okay.
Because I just had young kids, like really small kids. But then, not long, like was it last year that I joined? That I started coming? Yeah, mid last year, maybe towards the end of last.
No, you did the marathon at Gold Coast.
But marathon is this year, right?
No, you did.
How many marathons you
it
done?
wasn't
Yeah,
it?
this year.
Yeah.
I think
is
at
that
the
the
end
Gold
of last
Coast?
year.
Okay.
Before the Gold Coast 50, because I think I signed up for a half marathon at the Gold Coast 50. Okay. And I was doing park run and Margaret.
Yes.
Because I know Devani. I met Devani at F45 in Rochelle South back in the day. And then I was talking to her, and Devani knows Margaret. And then she was like, you should join Runners Jam. And I'm like, I'm actually going to do it. And I'm like, I'll see you on Tuesday. And I came the next Tuesday.
It was awesome.
So thank you for having me.
So we need Devani back too.
Devani, you hear this? Like, where have you been? I haven't seen you. But no, it was amazing.
So how many marathons now have you completed? You've done a number of them, haven't you?
Not that much. 3. So I did one my first one was 2019 when I was pretty fit, compared to now. And Gold Coast and then Sydney this year.
So where did you do your first one?
Gold Coast.
Oh, was it the Gold
Yes.
Coast? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think after City to South, at that time, Pat Carroll was doing a free training. So I joined that group. And then I start going to his CRG running group.
Yeah, on the Fridays.
And then a lot of people were doing Gold Coast, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do it.
Don't want to miss out.
And then I signed up.
Yeah. Obviously, so you were training with Pat and preparing via that way with for the Gold Coast. Yeah. How'd you go?
Yeah, good. I did 4.5, but actually 4:30:03 or something, and I'm like, no,
Just
I want to go
over.
under 4:30.
So that was the first one, wasn't it?
First one,
Yeah.
So it's still my best time. I never break 4 hours again.
And Michael, what about you? You've obviously done a number of marathons, haven't you? Sort of into the build up to this last one in 2025, which is probably the pinnacle race for you, wasn't it?
Yeah, so I did 2 this year, and so I've done 4 total, and did 2 this year, 1 last year, and then the first one was 10 years ago.
Oh, 10 years ago.
Yeah,
That's
so I had
right.
a pretty big
Big,
gap.
big gap. Yeah.
Any reason for that?
I think because I still at that stage, even though I did that marathon, I don't think I was really into running per se.
It was just something to tick off.
Yeah, it was a bucket list. I said I'd do it. did it, and I was proud of myself for doing it. The year after, Parkrun started at Underwood Park and got really hooked on that. I just thought it was a great event. I'm a big believer in sport generally, and it was just, I don't know, I just really love that sense of community and how everyone chips in with volunteering, and it's just all so easy, and it's great. And back to the earlier comments of being able to admire people of all walks of life, and like the age grade percentage. So like a 50 minutes for someone is a 16 minutes for someone else. So I just find that, I just love being able to watch people get those achievements. And then as far as getting into Runners Jam, it was through Parkrun. Both my wife and I actually, we admired your running techniques.
Oh, okay.
Out of all things.
She has got a beautiful running
technique. People say that, and I feel like I'm an elephant when I run. It just feels so
smooth as. And
so hard.
And I'm not really sure who invited me or how I found out about it. But yeah, I think once I started coming to Runners Jam, and that was the first I'd ever heard of speed work or intervals, and it just, I think from there I just got really interested and hooked in how much difference a bit of structure can add, and there's so many elements to running that can actually make quite a massive difference, even though it seems quite
a tweak here and a tweak there, and add that in, and suddenly you've got 5-10% difference.
Yeah.
Now, Michael, I know this journey to the Sydney Marathon, it was sort of an interesting one for you. There was sort of ups and downs, wasn't it? Those sort of last two marathons went well for you. Was that right?
Yeah. So I think
you were after a certain time, weren't you?
Yeah. So I'll step back a little bit. So before Gold Coast, so I did Gold Coast Marathon last year, but before then, through Runners Jam, I think understanding, the improvements you can make and seeing that there was a lot more other events. I did my first half marathon, and back to the goal setting, I set a goal of trying to get under 130, and I got 127, and then next year I set a goal of 125 and I got under that. And then I started looking more into the marathon, and I need to try and work out a realistic goal, and I was like, 3 hours. Apparently if you multiply your half time by 2 and add 10, that gives you 10 minutes, gives you an idea of what you should be able to get. So that was sort of the beginning of my sub 3 hour attempt.
Yeah.
And so I had that goal in mind for the Gold Coast Marathon last year. I had a really good training block and did a lot of good things. I think I was averaging about 65 kilometres a week and doing different sessions, and run was going perfectly. I felt really good. And I think it was about the 35th or 36th kilometre mark. I was running down after going past the Runners Jam tent, and my hamstring, I just felt like it was falling off my bone. I was like, that is not, that's not right. And then just from there, it was just downhill, just hit a wall. And
were you on pace?
Yeah. So I was slightly ahead of the pack. The 3 hour bus. Learned a lesson from that, actually. I was with the pack for the majority of the race, and I got so frustrated of being like crowded. I've since discovered I don't like being crowded. And then around the 22nd K, I shot off because I felt so good.
Yeah.
And it's just fake, you can't.
You had space though, Michael. You had space.
But you do feel good. Like if you're marathon trained, you feel great at 22K.
Yes.
You're right. You did feel good.
It's quite the trick.
Yeah.
Yes. To hold
That's
back.
where you've got to, I guess, trust that you need to respect the distance.
Yes. Yeah. And so, took a couple of learnings from that. Signed up for the Brisbane Marathon, which was in June this year.
Yeah.
So tried to, and managed to keep much the same kilometres, and I tried to take some learnings from that. So the not to shoot off too early, respect the distance, or some other things.
What was that first time, Michael, for the Gold
Coast? 3 hours 10.
That's
so you're close.
Still very respectable time.
Yeah. So I still felt like it was achievable, and because I did feel so good to that point, I thought, maybe if I just get some fueling things right, make sure I don't shoot off, just hold steady, you can, pull the trigger right at the end. Unfortunately, I got shin splints with about 4 or 5 weeks to go, and then that had quite an impact on the Brisbane Marathon. And the Brisbane Marathon just did not go to plan at all, and ended up getting 3 hours 20, and it was just hurt locker from like kilometre 30. Didn't enjoy.
It's a hilly course too.
I'm going to say it's not a flat course, is it?
No. And the learnings, I had lots of learnings from Brisbane though. I was really upset. I was quite, it sounds stupid, but I felt embarrassed. Like a lot of runners jam people were out on the course.
Yeah, that's right. We were out.
Yeah. And my family came out.
Yeah.
And like I think I'd built it up in my head, and I was like, this is the one, I'm going to get it. And then not to get it, it's just that let down and just feeling shame. It's kind of embarrassing to say that. And then, but after picking myself up off the floor, I knew that I had Sydney coming, and I had to learn from it. And some of the biggest probably learnings I had were you got to change your goal if it's not going to happen. The morning of, I should have realised, I think it was 17 degrees at the start line, and it was like 95% humidity, and then it was just climbing from there. And I'm a cold runner, like I don't like the heat. And I tried too hard to just stick to a goal and the shin splints as well. I should have just realised like it's not going to happen. Pull back and then not have a miserable day.
But look at the lessons you learned.
Yeah. So and then we got to Sydney.
Yeah. So Gold Coast, 310.
Yeah, Gold Coast 310, Brisbane 320.
Yep.
And then Sydney, which was a much, much more enjoyable race. So, I made the conscious decision beforehand to not run with the paces. They have a lot of paces in Sydney. It's a great race, even though I think it's 40,000 or 45,000, one of those, participated in the actual marathon event, which is, twice as many as Gold Coast, but it felt like there was less than half the people on the course. Compared to Gold Coast, just the way they stagger the starts. I think they had, it's 3 times 2, 6 times 3. So I think they had 18 start zones.
Okay.
That's good.
That was staggered over maybe 2 hours.
Yeah, I started at like 7:40, where Kipchoge had probably already finished.
He got the good weather.
Did any of you see him out on the track? I'm thinking, did any of you see Kipchoge or Hassan?
No, I was really upset, and I really wanted to see him. There's like one little dogleg section on the course that just took you like 1K out and 1K back off the main drag, and I could see the cop cars coming. And I really wanted to stop, but I had to turn.
I need to wave for him.
There were actually a few people that did.
Yeah.
Pulled up stumps. I'm not going to miss this.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Yeah. What was that experience, just sort of at the start line and all that corralling, into the start line? What was that experience like for you, Nui?
To the start line?
To the start line. I know, because you had an area where you had to wait, isn't it?
Yeah. But I got there maybe a bit late. I'm not sure.
Of course.
I always miss, warm-up session at Runners Jam. But no, I got there quite reasonable time. But the wait, when you go into to the, what do you call, like waiting area?
The corral. Yeah, it was a bit different to...
A long way to the toilet.
Yes, it was a bit different to other marathons and major events I've done in southeast Queensland. I'm not sure, maybe because of the size of it. They had a lot more security, so they were very serious about which section you were going into,
right,
and at what times you were allowed into those sections. But I think I arrived, we were told to arrive 2 hours before it started, the actual gun, and then they had 2 separate areas. So you went into this first sort of holding pen, which had all the toilets in it, and we were there for maybe an hour. And it was just trying to keep calm.
It's freezing cold as well.
Energy.
Yeah.
It'd be cold in there.
Yeah. But it was good energy. Like I didn't travel down with anyone, but, struck up conversation with a bunch of people. And it had a real international feel. Like, You really felt like the languages you'd hear and the accents you'd hear, there wasn't a huge amount. It was like equal Australians to the rest of the world.
Okay.
And a real buzz about it. And then you moved from that section into your actual corral about an hour or 45 minutes before the race started. My advice for anyone that's going to do it in the future, they'll try and tell you to take your jumper off and put them in the skip bin before going into your corral. Don't do it.
Did you do it?
No, I took off an extra T-shirt and put it in and then put my jumper back on because it was so cold. And so many people didn't do it. But I felt sorry for all the people that did follow the rules. Yeah. They were just standing there freezing and just shivering, waiting. And I don't know, I think it's pretty simple just to put it on the fence.
Yeah.
That's good advice.
I think when I started, it was already starting to be a bit hot. Like, if you start late, it's okay. But I know in the morning must have been so freezing.
Yeah, it was pitch black. And
Yeah. And I really love how they structure the train stations. So they move the start line to north, to like, they move it from different place that they had it last year.
Yeah.
So like I think it's close to 2 train stations, like 2 major train stations. So people who start from a different like A, B, C, D, they get off different
trains.
Yeah.
So like at the Gold Coast, like everyone is getting on the same tram to go to the same place. But here, like everyone's going, different. So So it was really not crowded at all before you go into that waiting area.
Yes.
Like it was smooth.
And I love that you were saying they were strict on who went into which area.
Yes.
So they would check your bib,
Yeah.
make sure, you're supposed to be in this zone.
They had, I don't know, maybe 6 security guards with torches, and you had to show your bib, and they weren't skimming it. They were like, no, you'll get over there.
And there's like no bib, no running. In the like pack, in the information pack, they're like, no bib,
Okay, yeah. So you can't have someone jump in and and assist you for the last 10K.
I was hoping that you could help me next
repeat
year.
Gold Coast.
Oh no! So you couldn't just jump in and support someone?
Well, maybe
later on.
Later on.
I don't think you meant to, but the other thing I'd say about the start it felt like you're a state of origin. Like they had the whole street was lined with these flamethrowers, and they had John Farnham singing "You're the Voice," and then they had like this real big intro session of Kipchoge and Hassan and all the other elite runners, and you could just really feel the energy in it.
Like big TV screen, like showing the start line, and
that would be really hard then to start at a pace you should start at, because you'd be so buzzed and
and the start of Sydney is all downhill.
Wow. Okay.
So be measured.
For how long do you think, Michael, downhill?
I think it was a 2K downhill.
That's a long downhill.
Then a very small uphill. You go straight over the sea. You go downhill, then you greeted with the Sydney Harbour Bridge.
Wow.
And that was like a very special moment for me. Just, seeing.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah. And it was a beautiful day. Like that was really like beautiful. You couldn't ask for better weather. It was crystal blue skies, cool, dry. Sydney put on a show, and then you go over the bridge, and then there's probably another 2 or 3 Ks downhill. So
goodness me.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you could definitely see how people would ruin their day in the first 30 minutes.
Yeah. And I mean, not only just that you could potentially go out too fast, but downhill can burn out your quads too.
Yes.
So you've got a few things you've got to watch with that.
Yeah.
Did you were measured?
Yeah. I was aware of the course. So I researched the course a bit and its course profile, and lucky where we live, Daisy Hill, and especially lucky for me, outside my front door effectively is like a 3 to 4 kilometre downhill run down Springwood Road.
Yep.
So I made on purpose for all my long runs to try and go at race pace and keep heart rate down and just try and be very calm about, this is how fast you go, but it's easy. Just keep telling yourself it's easy.
Yeah.
That's a very good tip, Michael, for those who are wanting to do it, next year, using Springwood Road as a training.
Yeah. whether it's Springwood Road or anywhere.
Wherever you can find.
Yeah. Any hills you can find. But that was probably one of my biggest takeaways of the Sydney course was everyone had told me it was hilly, but I didn't appreciate how hilly, not in the sense of steepness, but just constant.
Yeah.
Right.
So it just felt like you were forever turning corners
really?
and then going uphill and downhill. Uphill, downhill, 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 uphill, uphill, downhill.
It was forever.
How did you find that, Nui?
Yeah, I think someone at Runners Jam or someone must have told me that
Jody, I think has given you
Jody, thank you so much. You gave me so much information. And I think she was saying like, don't go too hard in the beginning, in the downhill part. And I listened to that. I listened this time and I try not to tell myself like not to go too hard in the beginning. And I had a great run. Yeah, but the uphill wasn't fun.
Is there any part of the course that were more enjoyable than others?
To me, like anytime I see a Thai flag, I'm just like, oh my God, like, and I go to talk to them too. I just go like, I'm Thai. So it was really rewarding. But downhill to the finish line, that's the best scenery you've ever seen after 42 kilometers that you just ran. It was like crying. Like I was crying, and I'm like, I'm gonna get this
because it finishes at the Opera House.
Yeah, but it was downhill, and you can see like the water, and then you turn, then you see the Opera House. It was so beautiful. So I love that part the most.
I'm sure the finish line was just packed with people, just encouraging, and that would be cool.
But it was, I love the finish line as well, but I enjoyed a lot of the course and its crowd support. I would say somewhere around 60 or 70% of the course felt like the last kilometre of Gold Coast.
Really?
Like just double lined streets of people cheering.
Yeah.
And sometimes it'd be 2 or 3 people deep on either side, and you'd be channeling through, and you'd feel like a rock star in some section. You're like, oh yeah.
They're for me.
For me, yeah. And I don't know if they were still there, but on the corner around the turnaround, pretty much the furthest point away from the finish line, I think it was like about the 22nd K mark, pretty much in the suburbs. And I can only assume one of the locals went around and said, hey, we're on the course, bring out your pots and pans. And there was all these adults, young and old, with pots and pans, or what do you call it, wooden spoons, and just whacking the crap out of it. And so it was deafening. But yeah, you have this big spike in energy, and it was exciting.
That is exciting. So it's kind of like running past the Runners Jam tent the whole way. Most of the way. You just get, such a boost.
Yeah, there were some bits that were down, but yeah, it was a good chunk of the race.
That is exciting.
And I remember there was a big like pride parade. Like it was ladies singing. They were singing Murder on the Dance Floor. I love that. And I was like, that's great. The crowd were amazing.
Now, an important thing, were there toilets along the road?
Like everywhere.
Good.
But I was like, I needed to go to the toilet since the start line. Because I was waiting for ages. After I went to the toilet, then waiting at the start line again, it was just like, oh my God, I need to go again. But there were a lot of toilets, but in the first kilometers, people were lining up. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to go to the next kilometer. And it does tell you how many meters until the next toilet, which is amazing.
Wow. That is really good.
It was really good. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go for another 800 meter. And then I went there, too many people. And then I decided to go in like after the 5K maybe. And then when I came out, the next toilet were like no one. But the one that I went in, it was like, I was lining up for,
you had a bit of a queue.
Yeah. But they have lots and lots of toilets available. I think it's pretty great.
Yeah.
Did you go?
No, I didn't even see them.
Michael's like, what toilets?
The toilet bit that I did remember was, and tip for anyone doing it, the whole 2-stage corral thing, delay going into the final corral if you can, and use the toilet as late as you possibly can, because once you get into the real corral with the fire blasters and the race, there's nothing.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's,
And how long were you in that part?
45 or 60 minutes.
That's a long time.
After everyone's been pumping.
Yeah, because you're so hydrated.
Gatorade. Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, Michael, we never got to your time, and did you achieve your goal time for Sydney?
No, I didn't get my goal time. I didn't get
remind us.
Under 3 hours. Sorry, what's going on? But I got 3 hours and 2 minutes, and I was super proud and super happy with how that went because I didn't cramp, which is what has happened in all 3 races beforehand, and I didn't stop. Like, it was the first marathon that I'd run the whole way without stopping and falling apart.
So you got a lot of things right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It felt like a race, and it worked. And
that's so good.
It was victory lap.
Yeah. And no family down there to see it.
No, but it was great. My wife managed to capture on video my two beautiful daughters watching on the live stream, and amazingly, I came across the finish line, and they were jumping, going, "Oh, there he is!"
So that's so cool. That's pretty nice.
Yeah.
So everything sort of went right, Michael, this time around, didn't it, for you?
Yeah, it did go right, and like there was definitely things that I did that helped that. I think studying the course, the not running with the pack, so just running to my own abilities.
Yeah.
Respecting the distance, so watch a bunch of YouTube and around running and things to improve, and one of the big ones is negative splits.
Yeah.
And every PB I've got various distances now, except for maybe the 5K, have come from negative splitting. You can't overstate how impactful it is. And especially in the marathon, it just actually makes it feel good too. So much better to come home strong.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you got a lot of things right. You nearly reached the goal time, but you reached the goal of finishing a race well.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
The other one was probably carbs and diet. Use ChatGPT. You'd be shocked at how much carbs you need to eat before a marathon, like the 2 to 3 days beforehand. I'm a big eater. I eat a lot, and I just felt like I was just forever eating bread. It was ridiculous. Like, if you type in, so it's based off your body weight, how much carbs you're meant to have before a marathon. But if you type that into ChatGPT and say, develop me a meal plan, once you look at that and you realise how many grams of carbs that is, you'll be blown away.
Yeah, so you sort of actually get to the start line feeling a little bit bloated and a little bit heavy because of everything you've eaten the few days before.
Yeah.
But it worked. That's good.
So, more carbs, more hydration on course as well. So I tried to drink at every water station, even if it was just a sip, just to get something down.
Yeah.
Was Sydney always the A race for you? Okay. That's what I wanted to know. If you'd got the time at Brisbane,
I wanted.
What would have happened?
I don't know. In my head, at the beginning of this year, I wanted Brisbane to be the A race. That's probably why I felt so upset when it didn't go to plan, because I wanted Sydney to I kind of wanted, not to jog it, but just, jog it and just enjoy the experience. But the way it turned out was great to race it, and it turned out to be my best ever run, and I enjoyed it as well. So
that's good.
Nui, I was going to ask you, especially preparing for a marathon, it takes a lot of time, a lot of energy. How do you fit all this in? You're mother of kids, you got, husband, you got a job that's demanding as well. How does it all fit for you?
I can't do it. But, got to thank to my husband, really, Dennis, thank you.
Thank you, Dennis.
Tonight he's looking after the kids. But definitely his support, really, really, really helps me. Otherwise I wouldn't be able to go out and do all the training. But I don't think I train as much as I should have.
But you had a different goal. So Michael was very time driven. What was your approach towards Sydney Marathon? What was it for?
My goal is just for me to feel that I've accomplished something. I love accomplishing something. I always set a goal for that year that, hey, this is what I want to do. So this year, my goal is to get back to marathon running, after 2019. Because after that, I had 2 kids, so I haven't got time to do it. So this year was my year, and I've finished both marathon, and this year I'm done.
Goal achieved.
Goal achieved.
So really, it's okay if you get to the start line sort of maybe not as prepared as you would like to.
Yeah.
I think the fact that you just get to the start line is an achievement.
Yeah. When I got to Sydney and went to the expo, and I'm like, there's nothing going to stop me from running tomorrow. Even though, I break my leg tonight, I'm still going to go for a run tomorrow. It was like, I'm so proud. Like, who would thought that one day I'm going to be running a major marathon?
Yeah.
And the atmosphere at the expo was just amazing. People coming from all around the world. I'm just like, I'm so lucky to get picked.
And the city was buzzing, wasn't it? Like you walk around and it looked like the city was owned by runners. Everyone had
so cool.
shiny, bright pink and orange shoes on,
Yeah.
You could just spot them a mile away.
So you both, was it ballot entry for both of you? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. You probably could be time qualified.
No, I'm not there yet. I think it's still a ballot entry. I'm not sure if it might still just be open. But yeah, I would highly recommend people try and get in it. Like having a world major on our doorstep, it is a little bit expensive, but it's a whole lot cheaper than doing New York or London.
Yeah, that's so true.
And easier to get into because a lot of those other majors don't have as generous as a ballot as Sydney does.
Okay.
Do you think they give more to Australians than internationals? Like, do you think they pick more?
I don't know.
I think it's not as popular yet. So I think from memory, London, its general ballot, I think you have like less than 1% chance of getting in. I think it's some extraordinary number. It's like 750,000 people apply for whatever ridiculous or much smaller number of actual general ballots, which is why if you can, go for Sydney because it's still pretty open comparatively.
Yeah,
absolutely. Okay. For the last 4 years, I've been putting me in the lotto for like Tokyo, Berlin. I put myself in Berlin, New York, and London. So I've never got in, and I thought I'm not gonna get in this one. Like I didn't think that I'm gonna get in. And one morning I woke up and it was like they took my money. My credit card got taken like $300 out or something. I'm like, what? Then I got an email.
Wow.
It was the most amazing. But it was 2 weeks after I signed up for Gold Coast Marathon. So I'm like, oh no. But yes.
Gold Coast became a training run, didn't it?
But thank you to Sandy for running with me.
only did 10K with you, so it was fun.
Amazing. But my Gold Coast, I injured my knee. Like my knee was hurting so much. So my goal for Sydney is just to go there running without limping.
And did that happen?
No, it did not. And I was so glad.
Oh, it did not hurt?
No, it didn't.
Okay.
It hurts.
No injury.
But no, with no injury. And I'm like, this is what I want.
Yeah.
The next day I could still like walk, kind of.
A few sore muscles.
Did you go to the Opera House the next day?
No, I flew out that afternoon.
Oh, true. A lot of people went there with their medal, take selfie with the... and everyone is limping. And we were all
trying to get
at
up and down the
Yeah,
stairs.
like everyone is like this. And my friend didn't run and she was like laughing at all of like kind of secretly laughing and like, they ran yesterday.
Did it take you long to recover after the Sydney?
Because my goal at this race was like just to go there, enjoy it, finish. I took heaps of selfies, heaps of videos that I haven't even got time to post.
Upload.
But so it wasn't hurt as much because my time wasn't that,
What was your time again?
My time was 5:10, 5 hours 10.
Great time.
But I thought I'm going to be doing better than Gold Coast. And I felt like I did better than the Gold Coast time. Gold Coast, I did 5 hours, 7 minutes.
Okay.
And I thought I'm definitely going to be better than 5 hours, 7 minutes, But then I looked at the time like, no, Gold Coast.
But you had more fun.
I had more.
I
had fun at the Gold Coast too, but I think the hills.
Yes.
The hills were, and I thought that on my last like 5K, I thought I ran a lot better than my, the whole race. But then for some reason, my pace was the same, similar. So I was proud.
Felt better.
I felt better.
Yeah.
And I was proud of myself that like I was able to keep my pace like for the whole 42K, like really similar.
Yeah.
pace.
Did you do any walking along the track?
I tried not to do as much. Like I remember Cameron, I ran with Cameron like a couple of weekends before the race. And I told him that I walk every time I drink water, usually in the race. And he's like, look, if you don't, he told me all these stats, like if you don't do it, then blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, I'm not going to walk when I'm drinking water. And I didn't. And I felt okay. Felt pretty good.
Sure.
I think that's why the time is not as bad, because I didn't walk. Because when you start walking, you're kind of like...
It's hard to start again, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's true.
So you're going to do it again next year?
I put my name on the lot.
Have you?
Oh, yeah?
And I told my husband finally.
No, I think I'm going to keep it as a special memory. I don't know if I'll do it again.
Yeah.
I just, really enjoyed it, and I think it'll hold a special place. So
That's nice.
leave it as that.
I like that.
Yeah. Michael, I suppose doing a sub 3 is still in the back of your mind.
Oh,
at
yeah,
some
no,
point?
it's front of mine.
Yeah.
Still want it.
Where are you going to do it?
Leaning towards Sunny Coast for next year. Give it a crack. Probably to try and get there, things I'll try and focus on is probably increase mileage, maybe 10 Ks a week or so. So try and get up to 75 Ks a week as an average. And the other thing I should have mentioned, actually, Matt Egan it was down in Sydney wearing his Runner's Jam shirt.
Yeah.
And that was actually, it was really nice. Even though it was just
You had someone cheering.
Yeah, it was the only person that I knew down there and cheering you on, and it gives you a real boost.
What part of the race was Matty?
He would have been at about 18-ish Ks. I can't really remember,
yeah.
but somewhere around there. It was about where I missed Kipchoge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But where I was going with that story was he took a little video of me and I watched it back and I couldn't believe how much it was like the first time I ever really videoed myself or watched myself running, but I have like massive duck feet as my trailing legs. And I looked into that and it's quite inefficient. So I'm going to try and sort that out.
Oh,
Okay.
that's funny. I've never noticed your duck
Yeah,
feet.
yeah.
So there's some running mechanics,
Yes.
Michael, that we need to work on
Yeah.
to get you under that sub 3.
Yeah.
It's quite confronting to see yourself, isn't it?
It's like listening to you. I don't know. I probably will not watch this video. No one likes to listen to themselves or see themselves do
No,
things.
it's not nice.
Yeah.
So what is training now then for you? Like what's your plan?
Yeah, right now I'm just trying to maintain a certain level of fitness. So trying to keep up to some long runs, not doing as much, but I just don't want it to fall off a cliff because it's much harder to climb back.
It is. But you do need a mental break as well from
Yes.
the constant long distances.
Yeah, and I'm not.
And the goal.
Yeah,
the
yes,
goal,
So much more relaxed. Not too worried about it.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
And Nui, do you have a goal time possibly in mind for your next marathon?
Maybe if one day I could beat my 4:30, that would be nice, but not
I'm
sure.
sure you will, eh? I'm
Just
sure
have to
you
get
will.
running first.
So what are you doing with your running at the moment, Nui?
I think just enjoying, just fitness the same, but I enjoy coming to Runner's Jam and chat with everyone. Usually if I don't have a race, I won't go to training. Why do I want to wake up at 5:30? But
5:30.
no,
You're late for
4:30.
training.
That explains some things.
You're late
That's why she
again.
misses warm up.
But like this morning, I got up and when I came and everyone was there and I just felt like, this is,
It's worth
this is
getting up
family.
early for, isn't it?
Yeah, just want to come here and like enjoy chatting with everyone.
Yeah, and we enjoy chatting with you too.
And
we do.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for everything. This is like the best crew.
Yeah, they're really good people, aren't they? Yeah.
So what's next then, Nui? I mean,
If I get into Sydney again next year, that would be my next.
okay, so that will be your
When is
A
that
race?
drawn?
Soon. I think it's closing. The entry is closing in a few days, maybe 3 days.
Okay.
And I think it's drawn like next weekend or something. Really like before next month, So it's going to be drawn before the Gold Coast entry.
Okay.
which is going to be good for some people, you know, so they don't
they can do their planning. Yeah.
So we'll keep people informed then.
Yeah.
If news gets in.
Yeah. That's exciting.
Yeah. So I'm sort of just thinking, what's sort of last pieces of advice would you give people when it comes to preparing for a marathon? Michael, obviously, you know, a sub-3, you're, you know, a 3-hour runner, which is quite, not all of us are at that level.
Not many of us.
Or even, you know, 302.
Not
Not of us are at that level, you know, even a 302. Is there any sort of advice you would give for runners that would encourage them to just keep going?
I think just get amongst it. I mean, the Runners Gym, being part of a club, is huge. But for, I guess, anyone else like me that's into the sort of the stats of it and the improvement, there's so many resources out there, like YouTube and books, if that's more your style.
Yeah.
There's lots of interesting, like super simple things. I saw a guy on YouTube talking about a good bit of research they did on warm-ups and statistically how significant doing skipping as your warm-up is compared to any other warm-up because it strengthens your Achilles, and that effectively it's the most efficient way to propel yourself forward. You know, how you move your arms when you're running uphill, how quickly you move your feet when you're running downhill, how to straighten up your stance, you know, imagine yourself being pulled up by a string. Like all those things, I find it really interesting. They're not huge changes, but they can have a huge impact on your time and performance.
Yeah.
And injury risk.
And injury,
Yeah.
Yeah, massively.
I mean, we didn't really talk about injury to any degree, Michael, but I know you obviously had the shin splints leading up, and in Nui you had
A bit of a knee.
knee injury. So there was sort of those sort of niggles that were along the way too, weren't there?
Yeah.
How did you sort of handle that?
I didn't enjoy it.
Because there was one part, Michael, you were walking and we had to walk together.
Yes,
remember?
we did. Yeah, my first walk run back. Yeah, 2 weeks off. Yeah, I guess you got to respect your injuries, but everyone's journey is different. And I really feel for people that and admire people that keep on going and keep coming back. Good on you for just keep on going. Listen to the doctors and
Yeah, I was going to say, obviously there was some level of physio that was sort of involved.
Yeah, I had a friend who's a physio and she gave me some rehab stuff, but yeah.
It's difficult, isn't it, sometimes, because when you can't run or they tell you not to run, it's really sort of difficult for us as runners to stop running for any period of time, isn't it?
But then you kind of start to enjoy the sleep-ins. So
I love the walks. I love walking. And what about you, Nui? How did you sort of handle that side of it, you know, and the lead up, the knee injury for you?
Yeah. I didn't know that I was going to have one until I go to the Gold Coast, and I had it after like 32K.
Yeah, you were in a fair bit of pain.
Just before I got to Sandy, my knee is like I'm out because Sandy's going to help you. But, you know, with your encouragement, like it got me through to the finish line.
Well, we put a walk-run strategy into place,
absolutely.
didn't we, to give you
Yeah. And that was... Sandy is amazing.
No, you did really well.
But after that, I tried to not, because I think before that I went to the gym and also running as well. Sometimes I do it in one day, you know, like go to runner's jam and then strength at the gym.
Yeah.
So I think that was a bit too much for my body, but I just trying to get everything in on one day so I don't have, you know, because life is busy, right? Yeah. So I think I was overdoing it. So after that, I know that I need a bit of a rest, like my knee needs a bit of a rest before Sydney. And I went to see physio doing some dry needling, my first time. Yeah. Dry needling. It was really interesting. And I think that helped me. And then, but he gave me some exercise that I don't really do. Like I'm too busy. But you know, I just take it a bit more easy. And I used to tell my Garmin that I want to run, 4 hours and 30 at the Sydney, and then I changed to 4:45, and then I changed to 5. And then when that knee injury happened, I'm like, okay, 5:15 would be fine.
What's 5:15 is still a good time.
Yeah, but that's great because you acknowledge that, look, something's going on in my body and I need to be flexible with the plan.
Yeah,
so
Just
it's important
just
to do
enjoy
that.
it. Just go
Yeah.
and enjoy it.
And I think another thing that you both alluded to, like when Michael, you were saying, you know, you respect people who have injuries a lot or struggle with things, is just that remembering that everybody's body is different.
Yeah.
And just because someone else can run and then go to the gym and someone else can do 75 or 80 Ks a week, it doesn't mean our bodies can, and it may not be the best, you know, for our body in particular. So just really encourage everybody to listen to your own body and do what your body needs, because you might peak with a very different training plan than your friend would peak with. So really important to, like you've done, Michael, you know, work through each race and work out what you needed.
Yeah.
How you needed to
what
make it
worked
better.
well, what didn't.
Yeah, for you.
And with the injury thing, I probably didn't listen to my body. Like if I was honest with myself before Brisbane, I should have known. Just it's not the race.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
And you won't have as horrible of a time.
Well, thank goodness Sydney redeemed it all,
Yes.
hey?
Yeah. But, you know, we enjoyed seeing you on track too, Michael. I think we were volunteering
At Brisbane,
at Brisbane
yeah.
one day. There was a lot of us
Yeah.
out, and we were really excited to see Michael come through.
It's good. I think Hayden ran with you for a
Yes.
bit, didn't he?
Very kind.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Any final words? You could, words of encouragement, words of wisdom?
For the mums,
For the
mums
mums,
go
out
for
there,
it.
you know, I got back to Runners Jam when my youngest was 1 year old, and then I decided that, you know, it's time for me to get back. Getting back in running to me is, you know, it's not just for me, but it's when I get home, I'm more happy. You know, I'm happy because all the adrenaline and everything, like, and I'm healthy. You know, I'm healthy for the kids. I'm happy for the kids. So, you know, just get out and run if you like running.
Yeah, just be active. Michael, anything?
No,
Do
I
you
like
wanna
that.
say?
Just get out and run. Well said.
Awesome. Thank
Awesome.
you, guys.
Yeah, well, thanks. Yeah, that was great. Love to hear all those stories and your experiences, you know, for the Sydney Marathon.
Oh, hold your medals up.
Oh, yes,
to
you got the
camera
medals.
before you go,
Yeah,
'cause they
look,
are
it's-
nice looking.
they're
Oh,
great.
we have to go.
Yeah, Michael, yeah. Much better than the Brisbane one, Michael. You were
Yeah.
saying that
Had a fall.
had a fall. Those
Yeah.
So definitely the Sydney Marathon.
They're solid. They're lovely medals.
And
Yeah.
that's the Opera House.
It is.
Yeah. So the marathon has definitely got some great sort of apparel and paraphernalia, medals and stuff. So yes, if you get a chance to do it, great. Like I said, the ballot is open at the minute. By the time you hear this podcast, they may have already sent out the ballots, so you may
Have to try
missed
for
it.
another year.
So, but we encourage those if you want to do that. It's a very special event, like Michael said, and you may not do it again, Michael. He's going to keep that
Yeah, maybe not.
as part of special memories. That's a
But you
really-
never know.
But
Never
you never,
Never say never.
you never say exactly. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Great to have you on this episode of the Runners Jam
So much.
podcast.
Thank you.
Please like and subscribe. Just
Down
remember, down here somewhere, give us a thumbs up. That'd be great. It'd be nice to get the subscribers for the YouTube channel up a little bit higher than just whatever it is now. I don't even think we're 100 yet subscribers. So
No idea.
hopefully,
This is the
Every-
one.
this is the one,
This
Michael.
is it.
This is the
It's
one.
going to Thailand.
Yes, yes.
Nui's friend's going to do it for us.
Yes, so thank you so much for everyone's support out there for the Runners Jam podcast. Okay, that's it from us.
Yeah. Hear from us on the next run.
Okay, good night.
No.